To have a booger? Probably. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. I'm not going to be trying out necessarily a product. I'm going to be, even though I am going to be trying out a product, this is going to be my first time using this product. I'm actually really interested in trying out a method or like a trick or a hack or whatever you want to call it. I've seen a lot of beauty vloggers do this, and I don't know if you guys watch Jackie Aina, but I love Jackie Aina, and she does this all the time, and she has an oily T-zone, and she claims that this works amazing, and it's a hack that she always uses, and that is setting your primer with a loose setting powder. And I guess that ensures your makeup to last longer and for your oils to not seep through. I think Wayne Goss was the originator of this, and I've always wanted to try it, even though I'm very weary of it. So I've read up about it, I've done my research, and I guess the trick is to use a more finely milled powder with a little bit of a grit to it, and to use a thin layer and to not do it all over the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. I'm very excited. So if you guys want to see if it's worth it or not, or if this is like a hoax, or if it's dope or a hoax, that's a good name for this. We'll do that. Dope or a hoax. Title. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is prime. I'm going to prime with my NYX Tea Tree Skin Balance Elixir. I love this primer, especially when I'm, you know, breaking out. And I love this primer because it doesn't ball up. It just feels like a moisturizer, and I could use it all over my skin, and it just works so flippin' well. Also, it is infused with tea tree. It smells so much like tea tree, and tea tree is really good to keep your skin balanced as well as to treat acne. So I need that. I'm also going to prime with my Urban Decay D6 Prep Priming Spray. This is a mixture that I always use. I just find that it works really well. So I'm going to use this mixture specifically because I know that it works. So if for some reason my makeup is not lasting as long, it's definitely going to be the powder that didn't work, because I know this combination of primers work. And the powder that I'm going to be using is this one right here. This is the KIKO Milano Invisible Touch Face Fixing Powder, and this is the most interesting powder I've ever seen, honestly. Like, look at the packaging. The packaging is so cool. And then you can open it up, and it comes with a fluff. I've never used this before. As you can see, the fluff is super clean. And then you just peel this thing in here, and it comes in like this is plastic, but the dispenser of the plastic is really unique. I already made a mess with this powder because I'm a messy person. I'm a messy person. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this back, put my little fluff ball here, and see how this works. So this powder does retail for $19, which isn't that expensive, and I don't know where you can find KIKO other than the KIKO website. I don't know if it's sold at Ulta. I know it's definitely not sold at Sephora, and I don't know where exactly it is sold, but I will have more information on this powder. Obviously, I will link it down below, and this was sent me to review, and I'm really excited to review it, because when I saw just the dispenser system of it, I was like, ooh, like this is gonna be really cool. So I hope it works out for me, and like hope it works out for this. So I already grabbed some product. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it onto my skin, onto my nose, more so my T-zone area, because that's where I get the most oiliest. And everybody said to just do a thin layer, so I'm not gonna go crazy and do a lot, because I guess when you use a lot, that's when, you know, this hack doesn't work. I really like the puff it comes with. Pretty cool. It's not the most inexpensive powder on the market, but if it works, it's definitely not the most expensive powder on the market either, and I really like the system that it comes in. Okay, so I went ahead and really pushed that into my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation now. I'm just gonna let it set for a little tiny bit. I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation. I'm using the shade Y415. I have to say I really do like this foundation. Even though it's not the best summer foundation for me, it doesn't wear so long because it's not necessarily a mattifying oil controlling foundation. And those tend to work better for me in the summer, but I do like it still, and I want to see how long I can make this last using this powder. You guys know what I mean? Because I'm also going to use the powder to set everything. So we'll see how that goes. We're just going to test it out. Alright, let's see what you can do. I work out! Ugh. Okay, so I got 2 pumps, which is usually pretty good for me. I'm just gonna paint this onto my skin. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with a damp beauty blender. Alright guys, so far it is not doing anything to my foundation, and I mean that in a good way. It's not messing with it. It's not messing with its blendability. It usually blends out like this. Míralo, míralo, muy chingón. You guys, it blended out seamlessly. Honestly, the powder didn't bother it at all. Yeah, honestly, I don't see any problem with this. It worked out for me. I like it. Honestly, it didn't bug me at all. It didn't bug the blending out process. My foundation looks great. It feels great. It doesn't feel drying. Doesn't feel itchy, which was my main concern. I was like, I feel like putting powder on before my foundation is gonna make my skin feel itchy, but it doesn't feel itchy or like irritated at all. Orale pues. I have nothing bad to say about it, guys. I think this kind of worked for me. It didn't irritate me. It didn't irritate my foundation. It worked really well. Okay. Alright, you guys, I went ahead and laid down some brand new products that I'm sure you probably have already seen. If not, the video on these products will go up soon. But to set all this in place and to kind of really set my makeup right here, I'm going to go back into my KIKO powder and shake it up a bit, get some product on this puff, and then just kind of set everything. Oh god, this is messy. This got messy real quick. Shook it too much. Just gonna wipe that off. And honestly, I didn't mean to cut my contour or anything. I just kind of laid powder down to move it around to set everything, and it is doing a really good job at smoothing everything out. You guys, this powder smooths everything out. Look how, like, I feel like I look face-tuned right now. I look blurred AF. Alright, so far I'm liking this. I'm liking this. It's pretty bomb so far. It's pretty bomb. Alright guys, I am all the way done with my makeup. I finally finished. So as for the powder under foundation, I think that it worked really well for me. I honestly have no complaints. I think that it worked very well. I think that there's definitely a method to the madness of wearing powder under foundation. I think you definitely have to work with a certain type of powder, and you definitely have to work in thin layers, which I advise people to do regardless of anything that they're doing with makeup. I always advise you guys to work in thin, small layers. It's always more easy to build up than it is to take off. So always work in thin layers, which is exactly what I did with this guy. I patted on and really pressed it into my skin, and I just did a thin layer basically to set my primer and to give my skin another layer of protection for my oils to not seep through. I find that this is definitely something also for people with oily to combination skin. If you're dry, I would not advise this. This is not something that you would ever have to do. I did use this powder to bake a little bit right here and to set my entire face, and I really enjoyed it. That was making my hair itchy. Well, that concludes this video, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned a thing or two. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. You guys know I love to hear from you guys, and I love to conversate with you guys. Please follow me on all my social media, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. I upload every single Sunday and just randomly and sporadically throughout the week, so keep your notification bells on, guys, because I'm not really a scheduled person. The only thing I can tell you is I do upload every Sunday, so yeah. I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.